Hey there, this is Darren LaCroix. One of my favorite quotes in the world comes from Jim Rohn. And Jim Rohn says, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Who's in your top 5? And are they lifting you up or bringing you down? So I'm here at my NSA meeting. You've got to be around the people who are doing what you want to do. So first, I'm going to bring in Dr. Jeff McGee. Dr. Jeff McGee is one of the guys that influenced me when I was in Tulsa, NSA. And
they've gone by.
And so now here, we're still friends, still connected. I still learn from him. And so what would you say about the quote, the people you surround yourself and how they influence?
It's powerful. You know,
come in a little.
The more that you interact with genuine people that are truly successful, they have nothing to prove, and they will always help and lift you. And I agree with that. I was blessed with Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, the late great Zig Ziglar. A lot of those are great people that, what you said, they elevated my game, and several of them have written for my magazine for many years. So right on it.
And is there people you had to take out of your top 5? And did you realize?
That's the hardest trick right there. It doesn't mean you have to be mean, rude, or disrespectful. It doesn't mean you have to cut your family out of talking to them. But there's a lot of people that are not there to truly help raise your game. They're going to give you all the reasons you can't do things in life. So you got to limit your exposure to the naysayers. And people, quite frankly, there's a lot of people who just love to bitch for a living. Eliminate them.
And what would you say about like NSA, how that's helped you meet people? Like,
if you are legitimately a professional, whatever that means, there will be a trade association for what you do, whether you're a doctor, a nurse, an engineer, and if you're a professional speaker, if you're a
events, and I was so blown away and impressed by how you implemented it that then I was like drawn to you to have you in my top 5 as somebody that I listened to. I remember Ed Tate and I like went to your event and we're sitting in the front row and taking notes. I was like, this guy's good. So it was the fact that you implemented that got me to want to know more about you and bring you closer. So what would you say to people about like your top 5? Who is in your top 5?
Wow, the top 5, a lot of the top 5s here in the NSA. I mean, in reality. One, I'm a little upset about the fact that Darren brought me on after Jeffrey McGee, after Dr. McGee, because he's a hard act to follow. But you're absolutely one of my top 5s, Dr. McGee. It's a funny story here, which I have to share with you, in the way things manifest themselves. I used to listen to DVDs from Dr. McGee a decade ago. What? I used to use his DVDs to train my sales staff, and he's well aware of it. The first time he was in my office, I'm like blown away. I showed him this DVD with him that's probably a 30-year-old version of himself, and it was just incredible that I've been able to develop a relationship with someone that's been a fan, that's someone I've been following my entire life. So definitely someone in the top 5, but I'll tell you what, here in the NSA, it's been absolutely incredible. The relationship that I've been able to develop with you, Darren, with Ed Tate, and some of the other incredible people.
Does your wife know about our relationship?
Well, you know what, we've got to. And, you know, going back to what you said, which was one of the things I think a lot of people miss out on, it's the word action. It's taking action. If you learn something and if you hang around with great people, one of the things that I've noticed are the extraordinary people in my life, they take action. They don't talk about what they're going to do, they just do it. And that's something that I decided to make part of my mantra and just go for it.
And did you have challenges realizing there's some people in your top 5 you had to kind of move out of your top 5?
100%. 100%. There's absolutely some people I had to take out of the top 5 because they were on a different trajectory than what I was, than the path that I wanted to be on. So I definitely had to make some changes there.
Not easy
and
to
it's
do,
not like
though.
that I've eliminated them out of my life.
Right.
But
less influence.
Absolutely, much less influence. Cool. No question.
Thank you. All right,
Cool.
you're
Thanks
done.
a lot.
Now, when any new speakers come here to NSA, I tell them you got to find the people who are doing what you want to do, not the ones who are talking about it. So when new people come, I say, you've got to meet Dr. Jeff, you got to meet Stormy, and you got to meet this amazing, beautiful woman, Marilyn Sherman. Marilyn just got the CPAE award, as well as she's had the CSP for years, but not about that. This is about, like, I'm talking about Jim Rohn's quote. I put her on the spot. I just pulled her over. Jim Rohn's quote, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." What's your insight for people, like, taking a look at their top 5 and evaluating, maybe they got to drop someone out, maybe they got to bring someone in?
It's really a great quote. I love that quote. Because I used to want everybody to like me, and then I realized that's, number one, not going to happen, and number two, I don't want everybody to like me, because there's some people who are not in alignment with my values. So I'm constantly sort of looking at the 5 and making sure that I call it my front row, that I don't want to have my front row be occupied by people with balcony thinking and with balcony mindsets.
That's a cool metaphor.
Yes. So I always just want to gravitate towards people who have got it going on.